Hello everyone, how's it going? Billy Ballgame back here with another video. Today I'm going to talk about my recent trip to the Westport show in St. Louis that I made with Chris from Missouri and my new buddy Tom. It was an awesome show. We had a great time. We left my house about 8 o'clock on Saturday morning and drove into St. Louis. We got there about 10. But there was a lot of vintage at this show. It was a pretty crowded show. I picked up what I think is a pretty big vintage Hall of Fame rookie card that I'm going to show you here in a bit. And I also was given a gift by Doug Sports Collector. He probably comments on a lot of your channels if you do vintage baseball cards. I met Doug at the show. He was a great guy and gave me what I consider a future Hall of Fame rookie card. And then also at this show, I was able to meet Jake from AR Kards, and he was a great dude. We ran around the show floor for a little bit. He had a few buddies there with him, and Jake picked up some amazing cards. And I can't wait, Jake, for your next video so I can get my eyes on those cards again that you picked up. But again, it was a great show. They had a lot of vintage there. Tim Payne was there set up. If you're a frequent visitor of the National, you'll probably know Tim Payne. But they had a lot of vintage, and actually I made a comment on the way back that I'm glad I only had the budget that I had, because if I'd have had a bunch more money, I would have had a hard time figuring out what I needed to buy or what I needed to spend that money on. So I brought $300 to the show. So early this month was my birthday, and then so from excuse me, from my birthday festivities that Mrs. Ballgame had planned, there was some money left over. So she let me kind of increase my budget from this show. But these are the first cards that I have bought since I bought Dan's partial sets from the 70s. So it's been a few months since I bought a card, and I think I bought a really cool one. And then again, Doug gave me a future Hall of Fame rookie card that I'm just amazed that he would want to give that to me. I tried to give him money, but he wouldn't take any. So I'll show you the card. Again, thank you, Doug. To me, it's just mind-blowing that someone, first off, would watch my boring, rambling channel, and that second off, someone would appreciate it enough to want to give me a card. And I'm going to find a way to pay you back, Doug. I'll get your address, and I'll put something together for you at some point. So another thing, before I show you some cards, and I'm sorry I'm talking way longer than I planned on. Last week I planned on getting a few videos out, and I didn't even get a video out last weekend. So I got really busy last week. So I got hired to coach. You're gonna think this is funny. I got hired to coach 7th grade girls basketball. So I've been kind of busy with that. Practice starts later this week, and I'm super excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun helping 7th grade girls get better and help prepare them for high school basketball. And then also, I just found out that I got hired again at my school to help out with the baseball team as an actual coach this year instead of just a volunteer coach like I was last year. So practice starts Thursday. My schedule is going to be pretty hectic, but I still have, again, some ideas of other videos that I want to do. So I'm going to try to get them pumped out as often as I can, but please be patient with me. If I go, a couple weeks without doing a video, it's not because I don't love you all anymore. It's just because I've gotten really busy with school and coaching sports and all that stuff. So I appreciate everyone checking out the channel. I'm up to 330 subscribers now, which is just amazing to me. I'm trying to get some things lined up to go on some other channels. To me, that's what that's the joy of YouTube, is building those collector relationships within the hobby. I ramble about sports and cards all day long. Um, a lot of the time at work with other people that are collectors, and I really enjoy sports. But a big part of it is getting to know other YouTubers and just kind of collaborating, doing videos, going on other channels, talking about how we gear our collection and different stuff like that. And I've started to kind of branch out a little bit amongst in the YouTube community, and I've really enjoyed the conversations I've had with a few fellow YouTubers. You know who you are. So I look forward to doing more of that. And then it's confirmed for sure that I'm going to the National. I think I'm going to room with Tom, that Chris and I went to the show with. He lives about 45 minutes or an hour away from me down in Jeff City. He's a great guy. We had just a great guy to talk to. We talked the whole way there and the whole way back, him and I and Chris, just about sports and sports cards. And I really enjoyed hanging out with Tom. So, Tom, I appreciate you, and I enjoyed the time we spent together and can't wait to see you again. But, again, I talked way longer than I planned on. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this around, show you the cards I picked up at the show. I'll be right back with you. All right, so I'm back with the second part of the video. Sorry, I forgot to pull this out of its bag. But here's the card that Doug gave me. And what an amazing dude Doug is. Like, I enjoyed walking the floor with him. He is just a great guy, a passionate collector. I got to see him buy just some Cardinal Great autographs. He got a Lou Brock, Stan Musial, and a Bob Gibson. Tony Perez bought those off the same dealer, and I got to see him buy those, and that was super cool for me. So thanks again, Doug. I enjoyed hanging out with you. It was great meeting you, and I can't thank you enough for this Nolan Arenado card. So it was funny. We were talking about my previous video, to grade or not to grade, and I told him, I was like, yeah, this Nolan Arenado is in the video, and I can't decide if I want to grade it or not. And he's like, well, here, I brought two of them to trade and stuff with here at the show, and I'll just give you one. They're both 10s. You can pick out the one that you want. And I'm like, no, there's no way I can do that. That's a $50 or $60 card. I really appreciate it, but I can't do that. So thanks again, Doug. And I will find a way. I know you have a very specific collection, but I'll find a way to get something back out to you. So again, this is just a great card. I think Nolan Ryan is a future Hall of Famer. When he goes in, hopefully he goes in as a Cardinal, but he's getting pretty close with his home run and RBI numbers. Plus, you can't you can never minimize his platinum gloves that he's won and the impact potentially that will make on him going into the Hall of Fame. So there's that. And then now for the big reveal. It's funny that I ended up taking this card home because it was one of the first cards that I spotted when we walked into the show, and I looked at it and I'm like, man, that's a great card. If I don't find anything that is a better deal than this card, I'm going to take it home. So I walked the whole show floor twice looking for something that I thought was better than this card and couldn't find anything. So I went back to the dealer. He was asking $375 for it, is what he had it marked at. And I told him, I was like, look, comps on this are $300, around $300. I'll give you $300 for it. And he took it. So I brought home a 1962 Topps Lou Brock rookie card. And being a Cardinals fan, I grew up admiring Lou Brock and what he meant to the Cardinals organization. And I'm beyond excited to have this card. And, you know, I have a Carl Yastrzemski 62 Topps in a 7, and I actually think that this one is a cleaner card than the Yastrzemski I have. So hang on just a second. I'll grab the Yastrzemski and I'll show you. Sorry, obviously I wasn't quite prepared for this video. But here's the Yastrzemski that I bought raw at a show in Columbia a while back and sent it in. It graded a 7. And this Lou Brock to me is every bit as sharp as this Yastrzemski as far as the corners and the edges go, if not sharper. So this Lou Brock has a print issue up here. You can see that black schmutz up here in the corner, right? But with my naked eye, I can't even see it. I can barely make that out. So if you just look at the corners and the edges of this card, it's unbelievable to me. Like over here along this edge, there's a small nick, like right there, I think. But that's all I can see as far as an issue with this card, other than, like I said, the print defect on the surface. So I think I got a great deal on this card. It's super sharp for a 6. I mean, that surface issue is probably what's keeping it from being an 8, maybe. I don't even know. But so I saw this, thought it was a great card. Like I said, I walked the whole show twice trying to find something that I liked better than this card, and I couldn't find anything. So I made an offer to the dealer, and he said that's good with him. So that was the only card that I bought. So I walked out of there very happy to come home with this card. So I'm super excited. Hall of Fame great for the St. Louis Cardinals. Unfortunately, he's wearing the wrong number or wrong uniform in his rookie card, but hey, what can you say about Lou Brock? Just one of the all-time great Cardinals, and one of the great stolen base players of all time. So that's it for this week's video. Everybody, please stick around to the channel. I really am going to try to do my best to get another video out, at least one more this week. There are a few things that I'm thinking about talking about. I want to do a video where I talk about collector grade and investor grade and my thoughts on those terms and how they're applied in collecting. And then I also want to kind of do another video with a cautionary tale for newer collectors with some of the money that people are spending on prospects and rookie cards nowadays. So again, I just have a few ideas for a few different videos that I'm running around through my head, but it's all just depends on how much time I have this week and how busy I get. So again, if you've stuck around and watched the whole video, I appreciate you. If you haven't already subscribed, if you would subscribe, I would appreciate that as well. And then if you throw this video a like. And I guess that'll wrap it up. So until the next one, I hope everybody has a good one, and I'll talk to you later.